What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Betancourt, and as always, thank you for viewing my videos. So here I have the iPhone 7 in matte black. Now, not too long ago, I had the Note 7, and then I had the Galaxy S7 Edge as a loaner, because as you know, there was a recall. I decided that since I was going to spend so much money on a smartphone, I wasn't going to wait. So I decided not to go and stick with Samsung and go back to Apple. Now, I did critique Apple for certain design choices, specifically the bezels, but I decided to give them a chance. It just so happens that I wound up having the opportunity to purchase an iPhone 7. I really wasn't in the market for it, and I actually went back and I had the iPhone 6 Plus when it first launched. Then from the Samsung S7 Edge, I went to a iPhone 6s Plus, which was fantastic under iOS 10. It really was. And then I decided to go with the 4.7-inch form factor, which is what you're looking at here. Simply because I work on elevators, and it was really annoying trying to, and I remember one of the biggest annoyances of having the 6 Plus was that when it was in my pocket with especially if I paired it up with, and I believe that's my son, so I paired it up with a case. It really was bulky in my pocket, and working on elevators, it was really annoying, hard to maneuver around. So I wanted to try the 4.7-inch form factor. And when they handed me this phone, I felt like I was touching a prop. It was so freaking light, it felt almost fake. And so I kind of almost regretted it right from the get-go. But of course I had to get used to it. And now I'm really getting used to the form factor, having the ability to hold it with one hand and maneuver around it. Sorry, Voltron. Maneuver the phone with one hand. Now I have an interesting case on it. I have a bumper case. And this is the Rhino Shield crash guard bumper. Now, several tests on the internet have showed that if you have the iPhone 7 with this Rhino bumper, it will survive a fall up to 11 feet. Someone actually did 13 feet, and the phone survived with no scratches. The phone was actually fully functional. So I decided to go that route so that I can show off the matte finish in the back. I can still have the thin profile, and of course, protection. Now I'm going to drop this just so you can hear the thump. And I'm here dropping the Ultimate Warrior over there. I mean, what the hell's wrong with me? Anyway, one of the things I was really worried about was the resolution for the screen. Of course, the Note 7 has an amazing screen. By the way, I have this screen protector. The guy at T-Mobile put it on. He put it on all messed up, as you can tell right here. It's temporary. I'm gonna get something better. Probably glass or something. So I was worried about the resolution. As you can see here, the screen looks really good. Not compared to a Note 7, which has 2K capability. This you can only go up to 720p, but on a 4.7-inch body, 720p looks just fine. And as I've stated before, even when I had the Note 7 for the 2 weeks that I had it, I didn't watch videos or movies on it. That is why I have a 12.9-inch iPad Pro. So watching media is not a concern. Occasionally watching a YouTube video here and there during lunch. But a lot of times, if I really want to watch content, whether during lunch or at work, not at work, on the train, let me correct myself there, I use my iPad Pro. I'll just simply, during lunchtime, use the tethering option on my phone and just have internet on my iPad Pro. So in that sense, I'm covered. The only thing I would have to say about the screen itself that I have a lot of trouble with is certain websites, they will shrink the crap out of the content, the text. And so it's hard to read sometimes. So I will have to put it in the vertical profile or horizontal, put it in the horizontal profile so I can read certain websites a lot better. But as you can see here, this is a 4K video, by the way, that I'm watching, but I'm not going to get 4K resolution. And to prove that, I'm going to go to the settings, and as you can see, you only see, the maximum is 720p. Now with the Plus, the iPhone 6 Plus, 6S Plus, or 7 Plus, when you put it horizontally, you will get, your home screen will go horizontally as well. So overall, do I miss the Note 7? At times, I do. I've always been a fan of the Note series, and I miss that pencil. I miss that pencil a lot. Well, not pencil, but the S Pen. I do have the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. So, jotting down notes on the fly, I'm not missing out. It's just the convenience of having your phone on you. You need to write something down. You pop it, you write, and it's saved automatically. So that in itself is something that I'm going to miss. Now, camera. I didn't go with the dual camera on the Plus. I carry a mirrorless camera. I'm recording on my Lumix G7 right now. I carry that a lot with me to work. But I took this photo with the iPhone 7. There goes my boy. There's a few photos that, I've taken that come out pretty good. There's a lot of street art in New York City. And with a few little, some editing, you can really make these images pop out. Some filters and whatnot. So overall with the camera, I'm really not disappointed either. Here are some nighttime shots that I took during work. And because I use Lightroom to take photos, raw photos, I can edit them on Lightroom at the same time. This phone packs enough power where you can edit on the fly with no hiccups. So I'm really happy. It's portable. I'm getting used to the size factor. And there are certain things about the iPhone 7. I'm not going to even talk about the lack of the headphone jack, because it comes with a pair of headphones, so you're not missing out in that respect. But also, you get a little adapter. But I use my Jaybirds, my Jaybird Freedom, and so as I stated before in one of my reviews, I kind of prepped myself to go wireless, and it's kind of hard to go back when you're already used to Bluetooth headphones and having that freedom. But overall, really satisfied. Once again, the matte finish is really sexy. It prevents fingerprints, but you can still see them. And the camera is good. The sound quality is pretty good as well. It has dual speakers. And, they sound a little tinny if you raise them up too much. The weight, the thinness, doesn't look as attractive and as premium as a Note 7. I would say no. The Note 7 is a unique phone all glass with a giant screen that is really beautiful. But when it comes to performance, as I always stated with Apple products, when it comes to performance and hardware integration, you can't beat Apple. You barely get any hiccups. You do, on occasion, not all the time. But I'll tell you what, with this new chipset and the 2 gigabytes of onboard memory, this little phone flies. And one more thing, with iOS 10, iOS 10 is another reason why I went back to Apple, because it's, even though it's not, it doesn't give you the freedom of what Android provides, but you can kind of customize this section right here, and it's just enough for me. I've gotten over trying to customize everything on my phone, and iOS 10, even on the 6S Plus, it just made that phone fly, and it's really, really freaking smooth on the iPhone 7. So I could imagine it's just the same with 3 gigabytes of memory on the iPhone 7 Plus. But that's that. That's my brief impressions. This case is awesome, by the way. $25 on Amazon. If you want something to show off the back and you can still feel the fit and finish of your iPhone 7, and you want a strong, dependable bumper, definitely go with the Rhino Shield. I'm going to put the link in the description. So, as always, I'm Jose Betancourt. I thank you for viewing my videos. Talk to you next time.